here with Jil Eaton, knitwear and yarn designer and author of 10 books. Jil, it's great to have you here.
Oh, I'm delighted to be here.
Now, how do you approach? Now, you're not just a knitwear designer for children, but you've certainly made a signature statement with your children's line.
Yeah, I started with my children's line, and when I started knitting for my son 23 years ago, people would come up to me and try and buy the clothes right off his back because they were so different. The color was different.
So you knew you were onto something.
I did. The silhouette was different, and I've kept going from there. I have a signature quick knit attitude. I think if you do little tiny things for children, the kids in college, before the sweater's done, and if you do quick knits, they actually get to wear it. And I'm also interested in a very simple silhouette that anyone can knit. You know, even beginners can knit my things very successfully. And then you do a little embellishment and gives it that design detail that makes it stand out.
And embellishment is what we're really going to talk about today.
Right.
So we're looking at this darling capelet with, I love your color scheme.
Oh, thanks.
And the pattern is available on the website.
Yeah, this is a holiday capelet, and it has holiday color, but I like to introduce the icy blue and the icy pink that makes it just that je ne sais quoi, a little different. And then the embellishment, you know, you have a very simple little cape, but I did a chain stitch, which I am crochet challenged. I cannot crochet.
Well, you wouldn't know it here.
But you just do a very simple
stitch like that. Chain stitching.
Just a chain stitch like that. And then you just, I know a lot of people want to know like how many stitches, how many steps, I just do it as simply as I can and play with it and have fun. And
so would you call this sketching in yarn?
Yes, I would call that sketching in yarn. And then you just use a running stitch to sew it. I don't know if you can see it here. Just take a couple stitches, and there it is.
And that's the stitches masked because, of course, the colors.
You use the same color. When you start, I leave a long tail at the beginning, and at the end you leave a long tail, so you kind of loop around, and it will meet itself, and then you just have a very seamless ending.
And this is the same yarn that you used in the project?
It is. It is.
And then how do you finish off the ends? You said they just meet?
They'll come and meet, and then you just go to the back and do a little weave in, just like a regular, finish.
Finishing hand wash to protect, do you have to take into consideration?
Inside out.
Inside out.
Inside out. When you have embellishments, I always wash them inside out. And I always put things in a net bag too that really protects them. Mm-hmm. You know, even if it's just a regular garment.
Yeah. And that's important with kids' clothes.
It is. It is. Yeah. And this yarn is actually a superwash, which is you can get it really clean in the machine.
So then we have these little bobbles.
So
this is what you're going to show us
next?
Yeah,
this is actually a satin stitch. A lot of people.
Did you have a knot at the end of that yarn?
I didn't.
Okay, so you're just pulling two strands that you have through
on a regular tapestry yarn needle.
The kind with a little hook at the end.
That's the ones I really like. The little curved ones.
Yep, crooked hooks.
And I just go over and under. Takes 2 seconds, and then down through the middle. And there you have your
let's
bobble.
See, can we see that again?
Sure.
Maybe we can just carry the yarn.
Right.
Would you normally clip it?
I would normally clip it and weave the ends in the back. So you go down and up.
So that's one stitch.
That's one stitch. And then over this way, and then down through the middle. I believe it's called a satin stitch in the embroidery knitting world. But it makes it's like a French knot. It's like a little bobble. Really easy to do.
The construction of this capelet is quite simple. It looks like you're increasing.
You're just increasing. Yeah.
And then you've got a garter stitch.
Finish.
Yeah, that's the word.
And neck. Right.
Now, some of the approaches, your designs are not only beautiful and whimsical, but they're very functional. You take some special care with.
I do. I really, again, historically baby garments had tight little armholes, and I always make a nice deep armhole, and the mom can actually put her hand in and get the little critter's arm out. All of those things. My template is bigger than normal because it takes a long time to knit a garment, even a quick knit. And so many times the garment's done and it doesn't fit the baby anymore. So by starting out with a sizing that, you know, they think, oh, they're going to make a 2, and it's really probably more like a 3. But by the time they're done, it really still fits the child.
So you want some longevity on it.
Right.
Let's take a look at some of the other ways that you use embellishment in the designs.
Yes.
We have these pom-poms.
And I do big pom-poms. I like big fat pom-poms.
Here. And I love
the ruffle
edges. I mean, this does look just like a party cape with your pom-pom embellishment on top.
Our candle on the top. This is an applique heart.
With the hearts.
Heart pockets.
And beautiful color combinations.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Simple, simple, simple silhouette. But if you just do something like the pocket, it just gives it an uplift.
Are these all with a superwash, or using a variety of yarns, or do you prefer superwash?
I like this superwash. Yeah. I do a lot of I-cord, which is a very easy technique. You end up with a tube. Ruffles over here. This is a cute little scallop where the buttons go through the scallop edging. And this is a simple picot. Again, really simple little garment, but just having that little edge just
so it's all in the details.
It is all in the detail.
Your design
simple,
philosophy, all in the
colors,
details.
and then all in the details. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here and letting us explore the way you work. We love it.
Very nice to be here.
All right, we will be right back.
Knitting Daily. Make time for yarn every day. Visit our website for free access to all the patterns, project ideas, tips, and techniques from this season of Knitting Daily. Log on and get printer-friendly patterns and more at knittingdailytv.com. This is show 302. Take your knitting to the next level. Visit knittingdailytv.com for your free e-booklet of 13 tips, hints, and secrets to improve your knitting skills from the designers featured on Knitting Daily TV. Knitting Daily has been sponsored in part by Interweave Magazines and Books, inspiring, encouraging, and supporting creative self-expression through art and craft media. Interweavestore.com. Webs, America's Yarn Store, a source for knitting and crocheting yarns and supplies. Yarn.com. Taki Stacy Charles, feel the desire, knit your passion. TakiStacyCharles.com. TNNA, the National Needle Arts Association, the organization for independent needle arts retailers. TNNA.org.